Hola amigos, Jim and Mike here from Spanish and Go, your resource for learning real-world travel Spanish. And today we're talking about bathroom stuff.
Yeah, today we're talking about some cultural differences between using the bathroom in the United States and in Mexico. And actually, this applies to much of Latin America.
So in this video, we're gonna share with you 3 big differences, but this video is part of a much larger section of bathroom stuff you should know before visiting Mexico that we have included in our Travel Spanish Confidence course.
And not just bathroom stuff, we talk about different customs regarding walking in the streets, cultural values, so all of these things are included in our course if you want to check that out. We'll leave a link in the description of this video where you can find out more.
So the first biggest difference I think you noticed when visiting Mexico for the first time was that sometimes you have to pay to use a restroom in Mexico.
Yeah, and this is usually in like the bus stations before you get your ticket or before you go over to the other side to wait for your bus. Sometimes you'll find that on the other side, after you've paid for your ticket, there are bathrooms that you can use that I guess the price is included with your ticket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you're just walking into the bus station, usually the bathrooms there, they'll charge you, what, 5 or 10 pesos
usually
to
5.
use. Yeah, I think in Querétaro is 10.
Yeah.
I was blown away. It's like 50 cents to use the bathroom. And I'm always surprised by this. You pay to go in and the bathroom is usually not all that clean, which makes me wonder where the money goes. Certainly not to somebody to clean the bathrooms in most cases, but that's just the way it is.
I do want to say that like in most bus stations, the bathrooms are not that bad. But if you go to other public places like public park, you have to pay sometimes, and the bathrooms are just
horrible,
disgusting. So yeah, it's really bad that you have to pay, and then sometimes there's not even water for you to wash your hands.
There usually is water, but sometimes there isn't.
Yeah, so
same goes for soap.
Yes.
There usually is, sometimes there isn't. And cultural difference number 2, what's the deal with throwing away toilet paper in Mexico? Well, there's a big difference, and if you've been to Mexico before, you probably already know this. Don't throw your toilet paper in the toilet. Or at least that's the common knowledge. But Mai has a different opinion on this.
I do. Most of the times when I use the restroom, I just throw the toilet paper in the toilet. For me, it's just so, it makes no sense to put it in the garbage bin. In my 30 years of being Mexican and living in Mexico, I have never heard of any toilet collapsing or exploding for putting toilet paper in it. Like, I don't know what's the deal with people telling you, oh, put it in the garbage. For me, it makes no sense. Toilet paper basically disintegrates in water after like 30 seconds of being wet, so it makes no sense. But there are some cities, some places in Mexico where you do have to put it in the bin. I don't know, again, like of anything bad happening, but maybe be more careful in those places. I'm talking about like Tulum, when it first became a more developed city. We heard many people talk about how that place was not ready to receive the amount of tourism that it got. But other than that, I mean, also Sayulita, I think, was one of those little towns where the place just blew up and everybody was visiting, and so the plumbing system got all messed up and they didn't know what to do with all of the waste. But in every other place in Mexico, I just put toilet paper in the toilet.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more hygienic to throw it away in the toilet, but the custom in Mexico is to throw the toilet paper by default in the garbage. Now, like Mai was saying, I don't think any places have really shut down from this, at least that I've seen. And again, Mai's talking from her experience as a Mexican who's lived most of her life in Mexico. But I think for some people, they use a lot more toilet paper, and that could cause an issue for...
Oh, of course. Yes, if you're going like and using a bunch of toilet paper,
I think
yes.
some people do.
I know, just use 4 little squares. That's all you need.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3, always have toilet paper with you, especially for women. You never know, like we were saying before, you never know if the bathroom you're gonna find is gonna have toilet paper or not. Most times there's no toilet paper or even like a toilet seat, but that's another topic.
That's another cultural difference that you
Yes.
can find in our Travel Spanish Confidence books.
Exactly. But yeah, especially also if you're going on a road trip. How many times we've been to a gas station and you're like, oh, I really want to use the restroom. You go in, no toilet paper. And then you have to drive, I don't know how many more kilometers until you find a toilet with toilet paper. So always have it with you. As a Mexican woman, I always have toilet paper in my purse or backpack when I'm in Mexico. My mom always does. My friends, my sister, every
Everybody.
woman in Mexico carries toilet paper in her purse.
So to wrap things up, pun intended, what has been your experience with bathroom customs in Mexico?
What shocked you the most? I know your dad when he first visited Mexico, and I think he got like a room where the bathroom had no toilet seat.
He couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
He lost his mind with that.
So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more travel and Spanish tips.
And remember, el camino es el destino.
The journey is the destination.
Nos vemos pronto.
Adios.